All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at another figure from the Transformers Legacy United Target exclusive Versus 4-pack. And yeah, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Cyberverse Universe Tarn, the one Voyager in the set. And yeah, like I said, overall, this set comes with Tarantulas, Squeezeplay, Cyberverse, and Cliffjumper. And yeah, it's kind of the versus pack. I guess it's just Cliffjumper versus the other three of them. Good luck, bud. But yeah, we're just gonna, we took a look at Squeezeplay in the last video, and we'll take a look at these two in the next couple of videos. But for now, we'll just take the rest of them aside and just take a look at Tarn, who, like I said, is meant to be homaging his Cyberverse character, who is originally was one of those mass-produced drones that the alternate universe Megatron had, and then in one of the last Cyberverse movies, they had him actually come back as his own character and actually be an actual version of Tarn. And yeah, no, he's a pretty cool figure. I mean, obviously, this mold is just a fantastic mold in general, but it does really pop pretty nicely in these colors. I was hesitant about, wanting to pick this guy up in this set just because, I have a version of Tarn. I don't really need this figure, and I do think that the other one looks nicer, and they're not that different, but honestly, he does pop quite a bit, so it's kind of nice to see him. And, considering that the character from Cyberverse was like a universe hopping kind of guy, I feel like he could, I'm gonna put him on my sort of alt universe shelf of people who came over from different dimensions or whatever, and that works pretty well for me. But yeah, it's the exact same mold as the original Legacy Evolution Tarn. It does come with the an unpainted version of the sword that came with Bludgeon, just because it's on the tooling, I guess. And yeah, just like with Bludgeon, you're supposed to peg it onto any one of the holes here. Personally, I feel you could peg it in here, you could peg it in here, on the treads, wherever. I think it looks best when pegged onto the leg like this, so it kind of sticks as closely to the side of the body as possible. But it's whatever. It's on a Cybertronian vehicle, so it doesn't matter so much that it kind of sticks out like that. But yeah, pretty good looking alt mode here. Obviously, just the exact same as Tarn's, just with different colors. You can still rotate the turret around and kind of bend the cannons up a little bit before they start to bump into the legs there. In terms of comparisons in this mode, just for the standard one, here he is with Kingdom Sideswipe, just so you can see what they look like together. And then here he is with the original Legacy Evolution Tarn. The one thing that's nice about him is these two little cannons do actually stay tabbed in place so they can be straight in alt mode, unlike his where only one of them does, and this one just sits a little bit out to the side. So that's nice that that functions a little bit better. I'm guessing it's just a matter of your mileage may vary on both of these, honestly, but yeah, you can see the differences there. A lot more dark blues. He's got that burgundy red to it, and the more vibrant purple, but still the same general colors. But yeah, to get onto transformation, obviously we'll just take the weapon off and put it off to the side. We can take the turret off here, and then just rotate this panel around so it can sit properly on his arm when we get to robot mode. And then we just want to take the legs here. First, you just want to untab the arms from the legs, so they kind of hook into the feet and tab into the thighs here, and then take them and kind of rotate them around like that. Then we can take the legs and fold them out like this, separate them, just collapse them at the knee so they click into place there, fold out the feet. We want to take this panel here and just bring it up on this double hinge, rotate it around like that, and then rotate these guns around to the other side. Then we want to do the whole operation here of moving the treads around, also the chest piece, and also the head. Again, it's always been kind of a weird thing where you have to do these three things basically simultaneously so that it all works and doesn't bump into each other. But once you got it, it's not too bad. Then when we get to this point, the treads can collapse in on themselves, and then the chest piece can plug into them like that, kind of straighten out the head here, and then take the back panel, and it will just fold up and tab into the back of the treads, just like that. And then for the arms, we take the little, a little tiny bit of cheating there with the faux tread piece, but untab it from the arm, fold the treads. Oh my gosh, my mouth is just not working today. Fold the treads around on themselves, and then close that panel up. Then rotate this panel around on his arm, and then just straighten out the arm, rotate around the hands, and then just do that on both sides here. And there we have Cyberverse Universe Tarn in his robot mode. And yeah, he really does pop quite a bit in these colors. Like I still generally prefer the original colors, but man, this works really well. I do like how they gave him the kind of like Joker smile type thing that the Cyberverse version had. Obviously, in the Cyberverse version, it was kind of like the panels of his face were kind of like, you know, extended out, and then the red bit was like from underneath, whereas, you know, because it didn't have that sculpting for the regular version of Tarn, it's just kind of painted on there, but it still looks pretty good. I do like his color scheme with all of the like darker blues along with the purple, and then like the burgundies coming out, and then also this like really nice kind of like brownish gray. I feel like pops also very well. Obviously, we can give him his weapon here. You can just, you know, there's a variety of different ways I talked about in the original Tarn's video, but I feel like the way that it looks the best is rotating around the panel like that and plugging it on like that, so it sits the right, you know, right way on his arm. And then we can also give him the sword here. I guess we'll put it in this hand. And, you know, just like bludgeon, if you want to store the sword, he just has a peg hole on the back here, so we can just peg it on like that, and that works pretty well. I kind of like Tarn having a sword, even if it, you know, is more of a holdover from the bludgeon version of the mold. But yeah, no, he looks fantastic. I mean, you know, it's still a really, really good mold. I didn't necessarily need 2 Tarns, and I might end up getting 2 bludgeons as well because of that, you know, that 2-pack, the Amazon 2-pack that was announced with like, you know, more G1 toy looking or some other version of the comic looking bludgeon that comes with Ruckus, because I do want Ruckus. And then hopefully maybe I'll be able to get the Windsweeper and Breakdown set on sale or something, because I really don't want Breakdown, but I do want to complete the Trigger Con, so I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, that's neither here nor there for this video, but yeah, no, he looks great. In terms of articulation, obviously the same exact as Tarn. Heads on a ball joint, can rotate around. He also has that transformation joint, which allows him to kind of look up and down a little bit as well. And then the ball joint also has a decent range looking up. The shoulders here, he does have the you know, the shoulders where the swivel is attached at the shoulder, and then the hinge up and down is at the body. So it's you know, not an ideal setup where you can't like bring his arms out to the side unless you rotate it like that. And then because his shoulders are so high, that looks a little silly as well. But that's really the one major complaint about this guy. The rest of it, he's just really fantastic. He's got a bicep swivel, and then he also does have this this transformation joint, which I find to be pretty helpful for just like getting the treads out of the way of like the cannons on this side. He's got pretty deep elbow bend there, wrist swivel, the collapsing finger joints there. He's got a waist swivel, hips go forward and back and out to the side, and he still has the nice thing with like the little you know, auto moving like little waist skirt pieces there, which just looks and feels pretty good. It's got a thigh swivel. It's got about that far of a regular knee bend, and then if you collapse that transformation joint, he gets a full deep knee bend, which I think works pretty well. And then the feet can tilt out to the side about that far. They can tilt forward that far and back that far, so he's got really nice full foot articulation, so you can get him in some pretty nice stances here. And yeah, no, I just think in general he looks really, really good. In terms of comparisons in this mode, here he is again with Sideswipe, just for that average size deluxe there. Here he is with Cyberverse Universe Shadow Striker, so you can see what he looks like with another Cyberverse Decepticon there. I think they look pretty cool together. Here he is again, of course, with the comic universe Tarn, the original version, which again, you know, I think both of them look really good. I do generally prefer this color scheme, but this guy does really pop as well. So, you know, it's really just a matter of preference, or you could, I guess, as I do, have both of them. This guy also does come with the sword, but, you know, I think that they both look pretty good, but I do still generally prefer this color scheme, but no new molding or anything like that. Otherwise, they're exactly the same. And then here he is again with Squeezeplay from the set, and we'll show him off with the other two as we do reviews of them. But yeah, you know, it's another one of these multi-packs where just like these figures have nothing to do with each other, but you know, it's nice to get different versions of all these different characters in the set, even if you're getting 1 or 2 figures you wouldn't necessarily want. But again, I got this set on such a good sale that I'm not really too mad about it. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to him. A very solid figure. I mean, just like, you know, this was like my favorite figure of last year, so it's not surprising that I would still like this version of it, even though it's not, you know, the original version. It's still really good. It's nice that he comes with a sword. I think it's a nice homage to the Cyberverse version of Tarn. And yeah, the color scheme is a bit more different than you'd kind of expect it to be for, you know, just being a like new color scheme of the same character. But yeah, no, really good toy, and definitely a nice addition to the collection. But yeah, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And without further ado, here we have Transformers Legacy United Cyberverse Universe Tarn.